The minute you want to become a mom, that's when like the motherhood journey begins.
It's so easy for motherhood to consume you. That's what I always say.
You know, I was scared, I was anxious, you know, I didn't know what to expect.
How's your journey to motherhood like?
A long roller coaster. I feel like I'm still in it, and as much as I want to get off, I'm still in it. That's really how I feel.
The journey has been really exciting. It's been fun, but it's also been exhausting and challenging.
Busy, you know, it's been busy. So I've had my kids one after the other.
Once you have a kid, you'll never imagine, how did we ever just have just us? Like, how was that ever enough? So everyone keeps telling me like, oh my gosh, are you so excited? You want the baby to come now? I'm like, actually, I'm gonna savor these last few weeks because everyone's like, get sleep, do whatever you want, watch those TV shows. Stay in, do nothing, take care of no one.
During the first stages, like what they call the fourth trimester, and what a lot of people are saying that is the hardest trimester actually, out of the entire like full-on trimester. I remember I had a moment when I had a really, like, I think that was my lowest point as a mom. I don't know if it's like a postpartum depression or anything. I didn't know if I could consider it as a postpartum depression because there was a moment where I felt so alone and isolated, even though I have the most supportive husband ever. He is a true partner in every sense of the word.
I wasn't able to breastfeed for like more than 6 months. I felt down because, you know, I couldn't produce enough milk even if I did everything. I drank so much supplements, you know, I even would drink soup every day, like what people were telling me. I was researching, but I just couldn't produce that much milk. It's kind of challenging, you know, in terms of dividing your time equally between all of them. And now that the third has come into the picture, it's like you're more anxious and making sure that you have equal time, spending equal time with all of them, especially that the other two, you have to ensure they don't get jealous of the baby, instead care for the baby.
I've been trying for the past 2 years, me and my husband. We've been together for almost a decade, and we got married during the pandemic. So when we felt like we were both mutually ready to have a kid, oh my God, I'm such a planner, and it was like full, like, okay, go to the doctor, do like all of these tests. It was like a whole thing. And I think now, learning from it, it's good that I was prepared in that way, but I guess it will also stress me out for like at a time. But like I went through everything except for, I guess, IVF and egg freezing. But I went through 2 surgeries already just to get everything that the doctor found inside me. I took pills. I took contraceptive pills because they said it would regulate my period, my hormones. I even took Bisons just so it would take out all of these things inside me that are so microscopic.
Well, you know, it's true what they say about having the maternal instinct. But I would like to qualify that by saying that you also should educate your instinct so that you can also,
I like that.
right?
Yeah.
So that at least you know that you're updated in terms of a lot of things, and your instinct just becomes a little bit sharper, a little bit keener when you take a look at when you take a look at your child.
The mother instinct at first, it wasn't kicking in right away, but I was really trying my best. And eventually, you will get into flow. And that is, it always comes.
Motherhood actually doesn't come naturally because you learn it. I guess it's because I didn't expect that it's a learning process. So I had so many expectations of myself and also of my baby. So then I think that's what really contributed to the depression during that that time of my life. And once that I learned to accept and manage my expectations that, hey, you know what? The baby is still getting to know me. I'm getting to know my baby. I'm still learning how it is to really be a mom. That's when I was able to enjoy motherhood.
I really research, and then I ask my fellow moms, my mom friends, you know, even even my mom.
So you know what? The good thing about the community right now, there are so many mom communities as well who recommend products that they have used, that are tried and tested.
I rely a lot on other moms' recommendations, and I also do my research because I'm curious to know what exact ingredients are in the product. And of course, I test the product myself.
It's gonna be hard to look for someone who can trust fully with your baby, especially if with you, it's gonna be a newborn. So you have to be hands-on with the newborn.
As like a mother, whether it's your first time, second time, third time, you never compromise. You're always going to give your kid like the best quality, especially as a first time mom. Tell me what to buy. Tell me it's the best. I'll buy it. And I think it's really different with a newborn, the experience that I'll go through versus my husband.
Yeah,
And,
it is super.
and I think it's going to be so supportive to have other moms who can relate, because I don't know how it's going to happen, right? And a lot of times, maybe I'm going to love my husband even more, or maybe I'm going to strangle him. I don't know. So other moms can be that kind of like, that's normal. Don't worry, because you guys have gone through it, as opposed to someone watching. And as helpful as I'm sure he'd love to be,
Yeah,
you just
but
don't
it's
know.
different. Yeah, it's gonna be different. But then when I talk to other moms, like when in a community of other moms, it's super duper different. It's such a big help to open up to other moms.
But I think the most valuable advice that I got from my mom friends is that you're never truly alone. Remember that you're never truly alone. You've got an entire mom tribe.
I love that.
Like cheering you on. I feel like we have such a universal experience as moms that no one can truly understand our journeys better than a fellow mom.
You know what's so important as a mom is for you to actually have a support system ready, because the journey can really be so exhausting, can be so challenging. You will really reach the point in which you'll doubt yourself, or you'll think that you're such a bad mother.
I feel like this generation, our generation, is really so welcoming and so supportive that you can never feel alone, and you can never, you can never be sad, because they're just there backing you up all the time. And that's why it's so important, to have good advice from fellow moms and actually take their advice, because it's they know what's best and they're backing you up all the way.
Don't lose yourself. I know that I've said this before, motherhood is consuming, but remember that you can only be the best mom to your kids when you're able to become your best self.
Over the course of like my motherhood journey, I have learned to somehow let go and be more at peace with what is happening right in front of me. I think that's the biggest lesson for me, is just being present in the present moment. Kind of stop worrying about the future and not lingering about, what happened in the past.
There was this good advice that I got from my mom, and she told me, why give up so much of your life right now to a kid that's not even meant for you to have right now, when you have the rest of your life to be a mom, and you can look back at the time where you did try your best, but at least now you're being selfish, because you can never be selfish again.
Let us be part of that journey. Follow at No Compromise Parent to join our community.